Please, I want to get this off her. Please, I need one of these. Good. Oh, beautiful.
I wanted to introduce everybody to Bailey Street, model, actress, and the host of the DeVita Cafe 125 comedy segment. She is lovely and talented, and also to all of my visiting in-studio filming houses. She is a budding actress and is also looking for a chance to be able to grow and show her work, too.
For sure.
So anybody watching? Absolutely. Is any information where people can find out more about you?
I have a Facebook. It's just Bailey Street. My name is, well, it'll be in the credits, but it's Baylie and then Street. And I also have a blog I just started. It's just about expressing individuality and a lot more on that. And you can find that at nodresscode.weebly.com. I'm hoping to make it nodresscode.org, but hopefully.
And we'll have that
soon.
on at the end of the show, too, so people can be able to watch your blog.
Cool, awesome.
Thank you for joining the FilmSpeak team.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Thank you for having
Be
me.
looking for more of her. Thank you.
She's my pleasure and my pain. And here she is, throwing herself at me.
Fuck me, dude.
I have a feeling that to be Dane Granger, I must first destroy Dane Granger. Through destruction breeds creation.
You know why you're here, Dane?
My kind are hollow and soulless destroyers. Beware of us. We are ruthless. I killed Grace Harper.
You didn't kill anyone.
At this moment of loneliness, I really miss Maddie. I will always miss Maddie. She'll be one of those people that I think of often. Then I think of Grace.
Go back to New York and forget her. She is an addiction that you have struggled with for a long time.
Maddie was odd, but she was real. My world, however, belongs to Grace. I do love her,
I know you do, but
but we're like fire and gasoline. No matter how honest or truthful we are with one another, there's just so much that we'll never say. Those damn Harper girls really have me in a mess. Sometimes wonder if my life would be better if I had never met either one of them. Grace Harper, together, we could rule the world. Separate, we will remain hell-bent on ruining each other.
too much left unsaid eventually becomes a lifetime of silence.
We are careless, and we will consume you. We are the monsters in the dark. We are people who just can't do the right thing. We feel moments of guilt, but at the end of the day, we can't change what we are. We let the darkness come out to play all too often.
Well, good morning, Detective Bailey. And how are we this fine morning?
We are doing wonderful, thank you.
I remember that. Has it been 20 years already? Oh, hon, you wouldn't remember. That was long before your time. That was one.
What's got you so interested in the sanitarium?
It's not that I'm here to judge you, sir, on the way the case was handled. I'm just curious as to what your side of the story is. The body was found at the scene. The missing nursing student. It's like the whole case just dropped off the map. Got forgotten about.
What brings you here today?
I was wondering if you had any information about Catherine Taylor.
Information?
She was a nursing student. They never found her body, unlike the other ones.
All I know is that she was a very lovely girl.
Was.
Well, it's been 20 years. I think we can safely assume that she's dead, can't we, Detective?
20 years ago, one of my deputies was on patrol. Spotted a young, half-naked woman running down the middle of the road. She was screaming hysterically, telling some wild tale about being held prisoner, being tortured. She said she was taken to a dark room underneath the sanitarium, where she was stripped naked, raped by him, Dr. Graves.
Excuse me, Detective. We're expecting guests today. Will there be anything else?
You guys are filming at Brookhurst? Awesome.
I know, we scored.
No,
A fan hit me up and said that her relatives are caretakers of the place or something, but she set it up, and now here we are.
Just want everything to go smooth. You guys worked hard, and you guys deserve a break. And this video could be the start of something big.
what do we have here? Fan?
Yep, well,
They are.
Ingrid's your niece?
Oh, yes, she is. She's so excited to meet you. She's your biggest fan. You are spending the night and leaving tomorrow, right?
Dr. Graves here. I'm gonna eat you.
Welcome to Film Speak. I'm sitting here as kind of a special episode. We have Stephanie Hensley back, and she has bought a plethora of people from the movie Dane Granger.
Yeah, this is the Dane crew. We're getting ready to go on tour again. This is our reunion show. I'm going to let each one of them introduce themselves and kind of tell you guys what they do in the movie.
Excellent.
Go for it.
I'm Linda Schrader. I'm going to be playing the part of Grace Harper. I'm the muse that Dane loves.
I'm Dustin Lawson with Through the Lens Productions, assistant cameraman, audio guy, and his second right-hand man.
I'm Brian Jolliffe. I'm with Through the Lens Productions. I'm the cinematographer, cameraman, bring a lot of the lighting gear, kind of help her out with some behind-the-scenes stuff if any questions, and here to help out everything I can.
I dig it.
I'm Frankie McKay. I'm Dane Granger and the horse wrangler for this film.
I'm James Liberty. I play the faceless man and all of Dane's anger and creepy thoughts.
Excellent. Thank you guys very much for coming on the show. This is huge because one, we had Stephanie on as a guest, and she was first talking about this is way before production on Dane had came about, and then she was a co-host with me on one of my most awesome episodes talking about Big Trouble in Little China. And now it's like, you know, the circle of life crap is complete now that you guys are back here.
Are you speaking Hakuna Matata right now?
Hakuna Matata. Yeah, can I take you atop of Pride Rock and hold you up like this?
I would love to see this happen.
Oh. It's just wonderful to have you guys on. We'll start with you. Tell me how production has been going.
Well, we had a little bit of a hiccup with weather and holidays and everything, but we're back in full swing. We've knocked out a lot in the last couple of weeks. I'd say probably close to 50% in the last 3 weekends that we've shot.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm brutal. I'm pretty brutal with the cast, but they've been great. The cast is amazing. The crew, these guys, yeah, keep an eye on them. They're gonna be big one day. So I'm glad I got them while they're free. That's the best part of it. No, everything's going good. I'm real confident about what we have. We shot this morning. We were able to wrap a pretty big scene in 4 hours, and there was a lot of people involved in it. So
wow.
moving along.
Wrap up, and then move on to FilmSpeak. That's pretty sweet.
Hey, that's how we do it. That's the world of Dane Granger.
First time on the show. Thank you for coming. Now, when approaching Dane Granger, what are some of the things you've used for inspiration for preparing?
I just go with it, really. I mean,
what better way than saying, I do whatever Stephanie tells me.
I do whatever Stephanie tells me.
That's right, Linder.
I get pep talks quite a bit, like, you need to be this, you need to be that. I'm like, okay.
Well, you see, I have heard nothing but good things about you, though.
I hope so.
That goes to show that you shouldn't be worrying.
I don't talk to him. So it's not from me.
No, Stephanie's great. She's really, like, lenient, really laid back, and
gives
really
you the freedom.
Yeah.
I mean, because she created these not just in a screenplay, but in a novel and everything.
Yeah.
And so does that constrict you when bringing these characters to life?
It really did at first because I've only been in one other movie, and having it, some people want it exactly to the script, where Stephanie's like, just be yourself, kind of let the character take you. And that's what I like about it, because you have your own freedom to mess with the script and everything else.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of nice. I think I say this a lot, you know, but I'm a big believer, know your screenplay, but as a director, not be so rigid to, because magic happens. Some of my favorite moments in films were unplanned moments. And you have to be open in the art and trusting enough in your performers and everything to be able to accept that. And that's important.
Yeah.
And let's go to the back row. Who's holding on to the mic?
I have it.
That makes you the next sucker. Awesome. Now you are the star of Dane Granger because you are the title character.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
That's what everybody tells you?
Yeah, I'm in every scene, so I just roll with it.
But you never know, though, because they could edit it. You're only in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that would be...
We only shot the back of her head.
Yeah. I would be really surprised by that.
I could say so many things with that comment right now. It's PG. We won't go there. Now, I'm curious about the same thing because it's a title character. It's the name of the frickin' book and movie, you know? With that kind of weight that you're carrying with this motion picture, how do you use that and not let it intimidate you?
I don't look at the script till 2 days before. We film, like, okay, we're filming this weekend, you have 11 scenes to memorize, then I'll like read it through, and then I just focus on what I have to get done like that day.
Yeah.
Like, I try not to get overwhelmed because I'm in 43 of the 43 scenes.
Do you find playing such a troubled character, I mean, does it all Heath Ledger you or anything?
No. I drink a lot anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
so it's typecasting character acting, I understand.
Yeah, you know, I haven't locked myself in a hotel room for a month with a diary, so we're good.
Gotta prepare.
Today was the first day on set that I didn't drink, so that's exciting.
It was 8 a.m. call time.
It was 8 a.m. A little Kentucky coffee to get going.
I drank till like 5 and then got up at 7:30, so it's good.
Now, you, sir, If you can give us a line from the movie. That's great. I'm sorry.
Wait, he does have a line.
He does have a line.
But if he delivers
A
it,
small little
he has
voiceover.
to do it in his pirate voice.
My pirate voice?
Arr.
You
Yeah,
got this?
destroyer of men.
There you go.
Sweet. How have your experiences with working in the film?
It's new to me. I've enjoyed it quite a bit. The kind of phantom role works really well with me. I enjoy it maybe a little too much. You know.
Well, I've seen the makeup from some of the pictures and stuff that were posted.
Yeah, the FX crew is really good. And the mask, however, I fall asleep behind that thing all the time. Stand there waiting on my line.
The swaying is intentional. It's oxygen deprivation.
But no, I mostly just stand there and act creepy most of the time.
Whoa. Well, you know, that can be its own effect sometimes. You know, I think if I had to be creepy, I would have to watch a little Blue Velvet, you know, every day before I'd have to go on and get that Frank mentality, so I would be ready.
You just have to put yourself in the moment.
He's creepier than Frank.
He's creepier than Frank?
Yeah.
That is kind of scary.
Yeah, he's kind of an ominous. I forget who's behind the mask sometimes with him.
Now, could I hit up the cinematographer now? Of
course.
Pass that mic around like it's a J at a sorority party.
PG.
That counts as PG.
Clove cigarette.
Clove cigarettes. But yeah, we're totally not into anything like that here. Now, cinematography is something that I'm really big into, and I'm curious to know, in inspirations of cinematography and directing, where do you draw your biggest inspiration from?
My biggest inspiration is I like more of the thought-driven films, like Matrix series was my favorite, and the Wachowski siblings, I guess you can call them now. They with what they do and how they bring so much stuff to life that that most people wouldn't be able to do, and what they've brought with Bill Pope. He's an amazing cinematographer.
Yeah.
Some of the things he can do, which he had to tie a lot of that with special effects, but him, Oliver Wood.
Yeah.
I love that style, the gritty in your face, shaky camera work. It makes you feel like you're there.
Yeah.
And with some of this, we've done a little bit of that. You're there on the set. It's not like the camera is just there.
Yeah.
It's kind of, you feel like you're part of the film, like a fly on the wall watching.
And that's proper camera use.
Yeah.
When you can do that, when you can get the viewer to immerse themselves into a story completely and forget that they're looking through a camera.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Without breaking those four walls,
Yeah.
And that's what makes it tough. Like, I kind of messed that up, but we'll go back.
So I'm with you. I love setting it. When I think of camera work, I like long takes.
Tarantino style?
Tarantino, Hitchcock. Billy Wilder is another big influence on me. I think Double Indemnity, Sunset Boulevard, stuff like that. The wide sweeping camera shots. Orson Welles.
Yeah, definitely.
Touch of Evil. That opening shot, The Touch of Evil, just I could watch it over and over again. It just blows me away every time.
Yeah.
Now, for you, sir. Now, I have worked sound crew many times on a film, and a lot of people don't realize, especially like on our smaller independent level, they seem to overlook the importance of good sound.
Correct. Sound is, just as important as what it looks like. If it doesn't sound good, people are not engaged to it because it doesn't make them feel like they're part of the story or immersed into the story, like you said before.
Yeah.
Audio plays a big part of them.
Have you been having difficulties getting good audio, or has it been coming along smoothly?
It's got its times, its moments. Sometimes, like this morning, when you're shooting and there's cars passing by when the doors are open and things like that. Sometimes quiet on the set for everybody, keep them kind of toned down in the background, things like that. So you're kind of always listening for all those things. Are the vents on? Turn the air conditioner off, things like that.
Yeah.
You got to catch all those little noises.
Well, will you ADR or Foley anything that you need to?
I'm sure we probably will have to do some of that, yeah.
Yeah. I had that problem. There was a scene that we filmed, and it was a beautiful scene. And I had turned everything off, but because I didn't kill the breakers, we were in between the furnace, the hot water heater, and the washer and dryer, and it just picked up this EMF buzz, electromagnetic, just And so I had to ADR the whole scene over.
Yeah.
I just take this moment, get good sound filmmakers, please. I know there's a lot of you out there, and you're bypassing the sound. So important.
It is very important. Very important. Especially when you have to go to ADR, and if people don't know how to ADR that well, it does take a lot more time to ADR and get that right to match it up.
7 months of editing on a half-hour picture, and 6 weeks of that was just me trying to put in the bleep and bleep, 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 ADR. Big pain in the butt. So, Stephanie, when do you projecting that people will be able to score their own copy of Dane Granger?
I'm hoping to have everything ready for distribution by September. We have a couple film festivals that are interested and have been in contact with me for early next year. So if we can get a fall distribution, we'll be in good shape for that.
That's aggressive.
It's I'm a go-getter.
Well, you know, people who don't know, they're thinking, "Wow, that's a long time away." But in the world of editing, that's busting your ass.
Yeah, yeah. It's I think we have a few things figured out. We got Dan's gonna help edit a little bit. I'm gonna tinker with it. Brian has a little bit of some ideas. We're just gonna throw a bunch of paint at the wall and see what happens.
Yeah, that's the best way to it. Get dirty with it.
I mean, it's gonna be an art film.
Whatever.
Lesbian sex. That's artistic enough.
That's artistic enough.
Who cares about the sound or anything like that? That doesn't matter.
As long as you have lesbian love. What more of a selling point do you need?
I mean, yeah. I mean, they won't watch it in Indiana, but whatever. Sorry, that was below the belt.
They're gonna be really sad when they found out we filmed the whole thing in Indiana.
Yup. Karma.
Hey, it'll come back and bite you sometime.
That's all right.
I have such issues with it. We might as well get political. What the hell?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Screw them. My biggest issue is I totally think this is America, okay? So the Christian should make the lesbian couple their cake, right? The Jewish lawyer should be defending the Nazi, in court. It's just that's the foundation.
There shouldn't be those boundaries anymore.
Yeah. I mean, you have your beliefs. Believe whatever you want to. That's the beauty of this country. You are more than welcome to, But be supportive of other people to believe whatever they want to believe too. And that's just a big issue. So, okay, I'm off the soapbox. We can get back to talking about
No more politics. Back to lesbians.
Okay. No more politics.
What did you expect? Come on.
I love this show. I told my daughter earlier that I was thinking about getting a sex change operation just so I could court you.
Interesting.
Because that's the way it goes.
Interesting.
So
maybe I'll just switch teams.
It's the beauty of the modern age.
Whatever. I don't want to be put in a box.
Well, yeah, I don't want to be put in a box either. But in my youth, so many people thought I was homosexual.
It's your hair.
It's the hair. Well, no, I had to explain. I had to come to terms with that because I'm totally heterosexual. But I've had lots of friends who play in both teams, and I had to think about it. It's like, what it is straight people just find me so unusual, and they're like, my God, that guy's so weird. He must be gay.
I would look at it like, my God, that guy's so attractive. He must be gay.
He must be gay. He's so clean and neat. That's what I always love that episode of Seinfeld. They're like, why? Well, they're always talking about, when somebody's like gay, that they're always clean and neat. And how come the symbol's not, for pushing a vacuum cleaner? Why is it this? Well, thank you guys very much. Be looking for Dane Granger. Going to be coming out here by August, September, and I guarantee.
September, don't make it sooner than that.
I guarantee you, when it comes out, we're gonna have to drag Stephanie back on the show.
Anytime.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
Thank you, everybody, for coming on, and please stay to discuss the movie, whether you've seen it or not. Heathers, if you haven't seen it, just nod and smile and act like you did.
Brian lived it.
Brian lived it. We'll see you guys in just a minute. Boom. Oh! You should have said that. That was awesome. That would have been awesome.
Yes, he does.
You don't have to.
Okay.
What?
I'm like the whole time, I'm so used to not getting to look at a camera.
There
You
is
have to,
nothing to
blow
be
by
nervous
it.
about. You can look at the cameras. You don't have to look at the camera.
And now it's time for the Cafe 125 show.
Are you happy with that? Does that sound good?
He's featured on Thor Ramsey's new comedy Revolution 2 DVD, comedian Rich Jones.
I'm on a diet right now, but you guys can't tell because I'm standing next to this mic stand here. But yeah, I just hit the big 3-0 not too long ago, and I still live with my parents. But, you know, Jesus lived with his parents till he was 30. WWJD. Of course, my parents say he died at 33, so I'm looking for an apartment. So, yeah, I'm still single. It's weird, my friends are all getting married, but I just keep dodging bullets. Actually, no one's shooting at me. At this point in my life, if I was to get married, there'd be a fake plastic groom on the cake and a Princess Leia doll. Not close. But I do like to go up to really cute girls and say, "Excuse me," so they'll tell me I'm fine. Takes a while, so. I don't know, I tried this online dating thing. I tried eHarmony, but they hooked me up with this girl from West Virginia where the state slogan is almost heaven. I hope not. Don't you think heaven would at least have a dental plan? So I was like, yeah, that's however many levels of compatibility. Let's take it down a few levels. So I go to this site called fleamarketchicks.com. Should have known better. Especially since their motto was, she might have fleas, but she's on the market. So, like, yeah, someday I'd like to start a family, and hopefully it'll be as cool as my family. I don't know, but I don't know, growing up, my mom, she always used to discipline me. Like, she would actually stop the car on the side of the highway and spank me. Yeah, then the truckers would stop and ask her if she needed help. It's cool. When I was a kid, I used to love to make the truckers honk. I could just do it by doing this. You guys probably did that, right? Yeah? Now all I got to do is this. You laugh because you do it too. So my sister's pretty hot. She looks just like me with long hair. She went out recently and she bought this collar for her dog that actually shocks it whenever it barks. Like, I guess that's a good thing. Unless you're trapped in a well. Lassie, where's Timmy at? I don't know. I tried to be healthy. Like, I went to the chiropractor for the first time last year. It's cool because they crack your back and you're like, oh. But then you get the bill and you're like, oh. Then there's my dentist. He's got this giant poster above the dental chair that you see. He reclines you back. You're looking at it the whole time. It's like a giant ice cream cone, and underneath it, it says, "The Enemy." I thought that was kind of harsh. Then afterwards, I went to the ice cream shop, and they had a picture on the wall of my dentist. Thought about being a doctor, because I always thought it was cool how they charge you a fee if you don't cancel within 24 hours. I would love to do that with girls who've stood me up. Like, yeah, you didn't cancel within 24 hours. You owe me another date. What do you mean you'd rather pay the fee? So, I got a job last Christmas ringing the bell for the Salvation Army, but I got fired after an hour. Apparently the giving goes down when you wear a ski mask. But I always wondered, do you guys ever wonder whatever happens to the Incredible Hulk's ripped clothes? Yeah, then I went into an Abercrombie and Fitch store. I could see them in the factory with the Hulk, be like, "Hulk, your mom's so fat she needs a running start to get into bed." Tag it. So, yeah, lots of cool stuff going on when you're a comedian. Like, I did a show not too long ago in a church, and they had an older congregation. And for the Lord's Supper, they used prune juice. Let's just say the Holy Spirit wasn't the only thing moving in the room that night. And I don't feel bad talking about them behind their back because I'm a Christian. We don't gossip. We just have detailed prayer requests. Thank you guys for having me. My name is Rich Jones.
That was great, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, please tell us where people can be able to find you.
I'm on at richjonescomedy.com, and I'm also on Twitter at Rich Jones Comedy, and Facebook. Just if they Google search Rich Jones Comedy and stuff like that.
They'll be able to find you.
Yeah, and I am featured on a DVD called Thor Ramsey's New Comedy Revolution, and it's not in stores right now. You can buy it on my website. So just richjonescomedy.com, and here's your copy.
Oh, dude, thank you. I love being the host of a show. I get free stuff. Thank you very much for coming on. Please come back again. Rich Jones, bitch.
I was just looking at Stephanie the whole time. I'm like, I don't know what
Good. I hope they have like that, and I'll be like.
That totally works too. Yeah, we're ready.
In 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to FilmSpeak. This is very, very exciting. We're going to be talking about Heathers, which is an important movie for me. This was a big part of my high school years. Every Saturday night, me and all my freaky, fruity friends would gather at my house, eat way too much pizza, and watch the same darn movies every Saturday night. And that was Princess Bride, Highlander, and Heathers.
That's why people thought you were gay.
Probably. Oh, stop it. I'll rearrange your hair like you wouldn't believe.
Wow.
But Heathers, when I was 18, I was JD. When that movie came out, my friends were like, oh my God, they made a movie about you, Bill. Because that's how I dressed, that's how I talked. I mean, it was just freaky. And I was always infatuated with suicide and darkness and everything, so that ended up being my movie. And then when I spawned children, my daughter ended up latching onto it and is now one of her favorite movies. So, I mean, we're constantly running around, you know, like gently with the chainsaw, Heather.
Yep.
I even call my dog's name is Star, but if she's acting like a brat, I'll be like, what's your damage, Heather? I mean, it's just beautiful. And so I'm a total dork about this movie. I can quote the whole thing. And before I get like deeply into it, I'll pass it to Stephanie.
Oh, what am I supposed to quote the whole thing?
Well, I thought you would, I'd like your input on the impact of Heathers on you.
Yeah, I'm going to say probably 12 when I watched it. You know, remember, I'm a little bit younger than you. But
happens.
It was, I'll admit, I watched it because of Shannon Doherty. I was a 90210 kid. So I was like, oh, Brenda Walsh. But it impacted me. It was something that I'd never seen. It was gritty and it was dark, but it was like a dark humor that even at 12, I was like, that's hilarious. Like, I can't believe, and I think it was on USA, so I missed all the
naughty bits.
All the naughty bits. But yeah, but like the scene with the bottled water and everything, I was like, that's hilarious. And I'm 12 and I'm like, I don't get it, but it's so funny. Like, all gay guys drink bottled mineral water. That's what they like. And I'm just, but yeah, same thing for me. I was, you know, dark and dreary and what's Lydia from Beetlejuice kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, suicide, yeah. And Christian Slater, yeah. It was something that left an impact on me. And then when Mean Girls came out, I was like, yeah, Lindsay Lohan, psh. Like, come on, you don't have anything on Heathers.
Veronica Sawyer could so beat her butt.
Absolutely. Hands down. Like, that should be a celebrity death match for sure. But it's something that I do find myself quoting, and sadly not many people get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm only 31 and I'm like, how are you not getting this?
How do you not know this
How
movie?
do you not know this?
I tell people all the time, I mean, so many quotable lines, you know, like losers Oh, I just had a brain fart. My daughter's going to come up behind me and hit me in the back of the head.
Do it. I like the Chaos Killed the Dinosaurs.
Chaos Kills the Dinosaurs.
Yes, that's a good one. Teenage Suicide, Don't Do It. I say that at work probably more than I should.
You know that song was just created for the movie?
I'm not shocked by that.
That is the director made that song.
I'm not shocked by that at all.
And made it just for the film. Well, before we get into like the ins and outs of the films, we'll do a little round table, find out who's seen it and who hates it. You just watched it because we put a gun to your head and made you watch it.
Pretty much.
JD style.
JD style.
Just blanks.
Well, as a pair of fresh eyes, how did this movie come across to you?
It really kind of made me realize why my mom says some of the things she does, because that was one of her movies that she enjoyed when she was younger.
Yeah.
So I kind of laugh at her about that now, but I know where the phrases come from. But I mean,
I'm gonna drop Heathers on your mom.
Do it. She'd probably appreciate it.
Lick it up.
That's gonna be what I drop on your mom.
But no, I thought it was a good movie. I got interrupted at the last 9 minutes, but it was good.
It's an Ohio independent film too.
Is it really?
It supposedly takes place in Ohio.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Westerberg High School is a fake high school though. It's actually, do you guys know the band from the 80s, The Replacements? Mm-hmm. That's the lead singer's name is Paul Westerberg. That's the high school is named after him.
Nice.
And oh jeez, JD says one of the lines he says is actually a Replacement song too.
You're looking at me like I'm paying attention to you right now.
I'm trying to remember what it is. I'm having all kinds of brain farts. We're filming a movie later on today.
You're overwhelmed with the Dane Granger.
Yeah,
like,
we've got the. I'm worried that they're all going to jump me and just kick my butt right now. I am so outnumbered. God.
Everyone's just going to throw red scrunchies on you as they walk away.
Or I was thinking more of the scene with the football player pinning the guy down and outside the funeral. I can't say any of the rest of the line. Yeah, it's PG. I made spaghetti. It's your favorite.
Is there oregano?
Huh? Is there oregano with extra oregano? Yeah. Wow, awesome! She just scored some points.
Ask her what her favorite part was.
What's your favorite part?
I don't have a favorite part.
Points are gone.
Yeah, no, I basically just paid attention to, here, I'll hold it. I just, the part where Winona Ryder hangs herself and like the bed's not underneath her, and then when she falls, the bed is underneath her, and then whenever she shoots the football players, the gun's in the wrong hand, they're both shot through the chest, even though one of them would have shot in a different direction, like those are things I paid attention to.
Yeah, low budget.
Yeah. Well, it's just, I can't do it. I can't get past it. I was like, what is the deal here? Why is this going on? I did really like the color scheme though, like how every girl had her own
all the
color.
Heathers had a different color.
And then I like that aspect of it, but I just don't like Winona Ryder.
I love. Well, you know what? I love Winona Ryder and Heathers. I loved her in Beetlejuice. I loved her in Girl Interrupted.
Because it's the same charcher.
It's the same
pretty
character.
much. But that girl has to stay out of period pieces. Age of Innocence, Dracula, The Witch Trial, the Crucible. Keep those girls out of period movies. You know, but if you need an angsty, I'm going to be killing myself type of role, then she's perfect.
Yeah.
I just don't like her acting, how flat it is, like universally.
My wife hates her.
Yeah, even in the new Star Trek, she had one line, and I was like, oh, why? You ruined the whole thing.
But I love her in Heathers. I think she's perfect as Veronica Sawyer. There's also a band out there called the Veronicas that's named after Veronica Sawyer.
Really?
Because of her one line when JD asked her, "So are you a Heather?" and she goes, "No, I'm a Veronica," and that's where that band came from.
One thing I didn't get about the movie is how did she get mixed up with them?
Because they adopted her because she was a goody two shoes
and had money,
bookworm, and had money.
Okay, she was so out of place, but yet she went along with everything that they did, and I was like,
"You're a mean girl. You know every group has one."
Yeah, she was.
Every group needs an ugly friend.
But she was the one who did their homework and the one that they made do all their writing and stuff. Because like when they told her, you know, time for the the school poll, the list and stuff, the school poll, which I just love that. That whole scene and everything. They seem to have an open door policy for assholes.
That's good. That was spot on, actually. That was pretty good.
And the little touches that they did, like Ich Lüge bullets. Ich Lüge is German for I lied. You know, so when he's telling her that, hey, these are, do you speak German? These are Ich Lüge bullets, okay? They just break the skin and they pass out for a little while from a tranquilizer, you know, and just little touches like that I just love. You gentlemen, what did you think of the movie Heathers?
It's been years, actually, since I've seen it. I didn't do the homework. I didn't get the memo on rewatching it for this event. But gosh, I'm 34 years old. I hadn't seen that since I was probably like 14. But again, I liked back then it was Christian Slater. He did a good job. It was dark and it was funny from what I can recall. But again, I'd be lying if I said I watched it recently.
Dig it, dig it, dig it. Well, thanks for being honest, because you could have just faked it. We might not have ever known.
I'm not just fake.
I sent a message about it.
That's okay. She got the message, though.
From you.
Have you seen Heathers?
Can't lie, I've never seen it.
Oh, dig it. Well, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I told you, if it's on Netflix, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I highly recommend taking the opportunity to see it. It is probably the best comedy on teen suicide in Ohio ever made.
Yes.
Yeah, watched it either. What do you see?
We'll have a little movie night.
Have a movie night if you guys want. I'm filming tonight, but
Yeah,
give me a week or
party.
two. Come on over. We'll do a double feature.
Okay.
We'll make
Wait,
it
what's the other movie?
pump
Princess
up,
Bride?
Pump up the volume. We're gonna do
I'm
Christian
in.
Slater. We gotta do
I'm
a
in.
Christian Slater.
You could go with Gleaming the Cube. We
Gleaming
could have
the
a
Cube?
whole like day.
That's got Jack Black in it.
Yeah.
He's like a side character in the background, one of the skaters.
Why don't we do something on Cool as Ice?
Cool as
Don't
ice.
judge me for Cool as Ice.
Can we add Cutting Edge into that one too?
Is that the
That's a skate topic.
Yep. You've seen that, not Heathers?
DB Sweeney.
God. Yeah, I own both of those movies.
Silence.
And so do I.
It happens.
It happens. We're similar dorks. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah. Some other things about Heathers. This is some dark stuff about it. Is the Heather Chandler character? She says something along the lines of, "Why don't you go eat a brain tumor?" She ended up dying of a brain tumor. The guy who said, "Please God, I never want to commit suicide," committed suicide.
So it's like the poultry guys.
Kind of,
It's
yeah,
like-
yeah. Some parallels and stuff. That I mean, that's kind of dark. You know, it's one of those things when you start finding out. It's like, God, I was on that movie. What was my line? Did I say anything that's going to come back and kill me?
I'm gonna have to eat spaghetti.
Brad Pitt was originally supposed to play the character JD, but they decided he was too nice.
You know, oddly enough, I could see Brad Pitt in that. Brad Pitt during that time frame, I could see him.
He was young and skinny. He had that look.
Well, and then like he did that movie.
Johnny Suede.
Well, and he did. What was the first one he did? Cutting Class, which was horrible.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, but he kind of had that bad boy thing going for him then.
Thelma and Louise was around the same time period as.
Yep.
And that was his big breakout. Everybody's like, he's so sexy.
Yeah, and then
But-
Legends of the Fall, and that was it.
Now, for me, it was True Romance.
Yes.
His role in True Romance, even though it's so small, it is one of my favorites of all time. Condescend me, man. I'll kill you. I just love that. And in that part, I could see him as JD.
Yeah, I think he could do it. I think Brad Pitt's more talented than he gets credit for.
Yeah.
Like he's done some stuff, and I'm like 12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys. That's
7.
Yeah. That is one of my favorite roles, is him in 12 Monkeys.
He blew it away.
Yeah,
Like he nailed it.
And a Terry Gilliam film, too, which
Yeah.
it just double great. I actually like the TV show 12 Monkeys, and here we are, tangent again. Surprise.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
It
I'm
happens.
surprised. We're lucky we didn't hit on Lynch.
No
That usually
doubt.
happens.
Well, you know, you mentioned him.
Yeah.
We do love
So
some David Lynch.
We do.
Which, speaking of, we have been talking, Stephanie and I, and David Lynch, if you're not going to do Twin Peaks, we would really like that gig.
We got it.
Please. Yeah, I have been tormented since that show ended to find out what happened to Agent Cooper.
Yep.
Does he really get out of the Black Lodge, or does Bob possess him for the rest of eternity?
It was
enough there.
It has to be finished.
It has to
like,
be
it
finished.
has to be finished. And
Twin Peaks tie-in. Heather Graham was originally who they wanted for Heather Chandler.
really.
And she said the movie was too dark, and she didn't
And
want
then
to
she
do
did
it.
Twin Peaks.
And then she did Twin
Like,
Peaks,
wait a-
yeah. Figure that one out.
Okay.
Maybe she learned her lesson.
Yeah, I guess. I did not know that.
Yeah, it would definitely have been a different. I don't think it would. I think the cast that they had was perfect.
It was. They had good chemistry. They had really good chemistry.
You mentioned Shannon Doherty, and she had a hard time with the movie Heathers.
Because she's a horrible person to work with, from what I hear.
She came from a really conservative family, and she had a hard time. Heather, what happened to the urge to purge? She had a hard time saying the F word.
But she didn't have a hard time losing her virginity to Dylan McKay on TV. Like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I guess in the 3 years by that time, she just lost a lot of morals in Hollywood. Happens to the best of us.
Oh, no, never.
Look at me. I guess I had to have morals to begin with to lose, don't I?
Oh.
Well, I tell you what, since not everybody had seen Heathers, everybody give me your top 3 flicks of why what influenced you to want to be a filmmaker, be an actor, what drives you? Start with you, sir.
Yeah, not me.
Curveball there for me. I couldn't decide what my favorite films would be. It's more my favorite actors that drive me more than anything else. I help them out with the film because I've never done it before. It was a lot of fun. It's still fun. I like a few Swedish actors. Get down to my roots, and I would say Kumi Rapace and Peter Stormare really drive me the most. Honestly, they just have I just get the feeling behind them. Something about them, I don't know.
The storm and the emotion behind the eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, they do capture that pretty well.
And I really couldn't say besides that.
I'll dig it. Move on down the line.
I know. I'm trying to think of like my favorite 3 movies, and I can't. Oh well, there's definitely one of those.
I'm down with that.
What? Oh, I don't even know what that is.
Wall-E's one of my favorite love stories.
I can see that.
Top. My favorite 3 movies.
Ish.
Okay, ish. Maybe. I'm gonna say Fight Club's probably in the top 3.
Dig that.
I just loved the whole thing. Every aspect of that movie I loved. I really loved the movie From Hell.
Yeah, good film.
I love Jack the Ripper, anything, and I loved like the twist they put on it, and I loved how Johnny Depp was actually playing like a person instead of like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Which he does both very well, but I loved all like the darkness and griminess of Whitechapel.
His addiction and everything.
Yeah,
that
just
his
like
character was
all
dealing
the
with.
aspects of it were just like, you kind of forgot it was a Jack the Ripper story, even though you knew it was a Jack the Ripper story.
Yeah.
I just loved like how they threw different aspects into that. And then I'll probably have to go with my first love, The Little Mermaid.
Oh, great film.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Love it.
Why did I get into acting? My grandmother.
Got you into acting?
When I was a little child, she used to make me do faces. Like, what's your sad face? What's your happy face? What's your scared face? And then she'd make me pose. And like I would just, from a very small age, when I'd watch movies, I'd memorize them, like verbatim from top to bottom. Just
You're not alone.
yeah. So when I got into high school and I was a weird goth kid, like I feel like a lot of people go through. I had moved schools a whole bunch growing up and didn't have any friends, and I was like, oh, I'll take this theater class. Like I really liked theater. Like I'd seen Phantom of the Opera, and I was like, oh, it's amazing. And I got into theater, and then I just got sucked into it.
Well, here, I'm with you because 15 different public schools.
Yeah.
And movies and books were my friends. They
Yes.
were the only friends I carried with me wherever I went.
Right, yeah. No, people make fun of me because I'm obsessed with Harry Potter, but like I grew up with those kids.
Yeah.
Those are my friends, so.
Dig it. And for you, brother?
Mine, it's kind of like, like I talked about with the Wachowski siblings.
Yeah.
It's hard to say now, not brothers. The Matrix series is probably like my top, top films. The Star Wars original series,
Oh,
not,
yes.
not the 1, 2, and 3. That was just horrible. And then
Love Revenge of the Sith.
They had moments, but overall, yeah.
story, yes.
Yeah.
Application, no.
Okay.
And then I got to go back to the Goonies.
Yeah.
Love the Goonies.
I mean, I don't like Spielberg as a director, but he wrote that, and it was amazing.
He wrote and produced it, and that was Donner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great story for back then.
What do you think about them trying to do a Goonies 2?
I'm pumped.
Yeah.
I'm pumped. I thought they had all the funding. I don't know if they're gonna do it.
It's fallen through.
Has it
They've
fallen
hit a
through?
couple stumble points, but they're still pushing forward, trying to get it done.
Oh, I'd love to see it. I'd
Yeah.
love to.
Just using the same characters and having their kids on the
Yeah.
adventure. I would love that if they did
Yeah.
it right.
Yeah, it has to be done right.
Yeah. And for you, sir?
Let's see. Number one, probably, I just don't know why, it's always been my favorite, is Halloween, the original.
Yeah,
Mr.
John
Carpenter. He
Carpenter.
just great overall. I just love that. That movie just did something to me when I was younger. And then on the flip side of that, I guess, to the horror, I guess would be the comedy, would be, I don't know, Liar Liar, Jim Carrey. I don't know, I really like his acting, his comedy, his timing, his just everything.
He's
so.
underrated as an actor.
Yeah.
It's a shame that America won't let him to do more dramatic roles because I think he could flourish in that. Eternal Sunshine, Truman Show,
Yes.
Mr. Majestic,
Yep.
all great movies, and people don't let him do enough like that.
Exactly. So I really just, those two right there just kind of get me from one side to the other of the spectrum, horror to, comedy. So I'll pass on to Linda.
Oh, she's got it. She's got her
I'm
own
sorry.
mic.
Yeah.
Hold on real quick though. Have you ever seen the original Black Christmas? It's what inspired John Carpenter to make Halloween. Do not, whatever you do, watch the remake. You will carve your own eyes out with spoons. It is so freaking horrible.
I will not do that. Those inspired me.
But the original from 1973 is one of the most groundbreaking horror movies you could ever see. Cinematography-wise, script-wise, it's just brilliant. You love Jack the Ripper. Have you ever seen Time After Time?
No.
One of my favorite Jack Ripper stories with Malcolm McDowell from Clockwork Orange. It's he's H.G. Wells who chases Jack the Ripper into 1970s San Francisco.
That's fantastic.
It's a beautiful story. Anyways, milady, your films that inspire you to do what you do.
Really, nothing inspired me. I just kind of got asked to be a part of it, and then it was just awesome making all these new friends and being able to live vicariously through these characters.
Yeah.
That's, I guess, what
attracts you
to it, yeah. But my 3 favorite movies would probably be Revenge of the Bridesmaids. Oh, God. Don't judge me. Repo the Genetic Opera, and
Okay,
then
I'll high five you on that one.
I like Repo the Genetic Opera.
and I thank the boyfriend for introducing me to that. And then the number 1 would have to be The Lost Boys.
Love Lost Boys,
I do
the
too.
original.
The
I
original.
have not seen any the sequels they've made afterwards.
I'm
They're
impressed
not
with
as
her
good.
right now.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Repo or Lost Boys to come out of that.
Maybe
Like,
you pay
that's-
attention to me.
Wow, like that's pretty.
No, every time everybody starts talking about when they start saying Repo the Genetic Orchestra, when they're still on Repo, I'm like, yes, Repo Man. Oh, okay.
No, it's got to be the Genetic Opera, and I love musicals, so it's just I've got all of their songs on my Zune in the car.
Oh, sweet. I love Bill
know.
Moseley. That's why I watched it,
Yeah.
because I'm a huge Bill Moseley fan.
Yeah, he's
And
good.
So you ever heard his band?
No.
I can't say the name
Why not?
because we're on TV.
It's PG.
Gotcha.
And so I'll tell you after the show's over.
He was in Devil's Carnival too. You would probably. Like
Yeah.
that
I
one.
think I started watching that.
The remake of Devil's Carnival. Yeah. I haven't seen that yet, but I want to.
It's beautiful.
And I, Texas Chainsaw 2 and everything. So, anyways, I guess this is becoming a super long segment. But
How did that happen?
I don't care. It's my show. And I guess the biggest thing you can take out of this segment is Bill and Stephanie say, watch Heathers.
Yes.
Now. You
And
haven't seen
anything
it?
by David Lynch.
And anything by David Lynch. I mean, just because I love my dead gay son. This is a high, okay? If you don't have a brewski in your hand, somebody thinks something's wrong with you. Mineral water, it's come a long way. So yes, please watch Heathers. Please watch our show, and keep track of Dane Granger. This movie is going to blow up and put this area on the map. I guarantee it. Thank you guys. Thank everybody for coming to the show. I hope you guys had a good time, and keep watching. Support independent film. Have a
Support-
great day.